Let's put a minus here, and because that's a positive 9, we'll need to put a minus here also. Okay. Well, obviously I've already got this stuff worked out, and I'm looking at my cheat sheet on that, so I don't waste time when I'm making these videos. We don't want to have to do a bunch of erasing. But once you do these for a long period of time, I mean over years, you can kind of go, oh yeah, it's this number and this number here. But sometimes when you're first learning this stuff, you have to kind of do a little trial and error thing, and we might have used a 1 and a 12 and then looked at that real fast. But one of the keys is we know that this number times this number, right, is 9. And that because it's positive, these are either both going to have to be plus or they're both going to have to be negative. And, so I kind of look at that. About the same time I'm looking at, hey, what do these numbers need to be? Anyway, now what we want to do is go ahead and set both of our factors equal to 0. So 3x minus 1, because remember, we're trying to find the solutions to this equation up here. Let's not lose focus. Okay, bringing the 1 over and then multiplying both sides by 1/3. So one of our solutions is x is equal to 1/3, and then another one of the solutions is going to be 9/4. Now let me just say something here real quick. Sometimes instructors don't like to see this. X is equal to 1/3. Even though, as far as I'm concerned, this is still proper, this is the solution to this equation. But anyway, sometimes there's a conflict about that, and then so sometimes I'll just write the number and say, okay, this is the solution to this equation. Anyway, as long as we know that these are the solutions to these two equations up here, but they're also the solution altogether, both of these are the solution to our quadratic equation up here. Okay, the quadratic equation. These are our two solutions. Alright, well, moving right along, let's work another one. You can never work enough math problems. Alright. I don't think anybody officially ever said that, but I did. That comes from me. 2x plus 5 is equal to 40. Let's see, plus 25. X minus 6x squared. A quadratic equation could look like this. Let's get everything over to one side, and it's usually everything's over to the left hand side. So I'm going to take this negative 6x squared over to the left, and it becomes a positive 6x squared. Taking this 25 over, so minus 25x, and we have plus 2x, of course that comes from here, and then plus 5, and then taking this 40 over is going to be minus 40, and it's all equal to 0. Alright, rewriting, we have 6x squared minus, let's see, negative 25 plus 2 is, what is that, minus 23x, and then minus 35, 5 minus 40. Okay, so now we want to factor this thing. Now I'm just going to tell you that I don't have this actually worked out, so this ought to be interesting. Factors of 6 is, let's see, we got 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. So hopefully it won't take us very long. 35, you have 1 and 35, and 7 and 5. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use 1 and 6. I don't know how long this is going to take to do this problem. And down here, let's use a 7 and a 5. So you're going to see trial and error in action here. X times 6x is 6x squared. Let's see.